they're opening themselves to all the dangers that you can get through injecting, not just the hepatitis and the HIV, but all the blood poisoning things, your septicemia. There's all sorts of stuff that you can catch and die through injecting, you know, in unsterile situations.
Show people shooting up. Show what people have, you know, and then they can talk about what they've lost through it. You know what I mean? Because shooting up, it's you know, you hear people talk about the buzz and the high, and it's not as romantic as it sounds. I mean, you know, it's, I don't know, have you ever seen somebody having a dig? No. Believe me, if you just film somebody having a dig, that could put people off trying it anyway. You know? I think the only thing that could really put people off trying heroin is if they actually saw somebody using heroin. You know, for instance, I mean, I've actually been in tears before because I haven't been able to find a vein that I can use. I mean, you can see the marks on my arms here and that, yeah? And I've still got veins there that I can use, it looks like, but a lot of these veins I can't draw blood out of. And I've sat there before for nearly 3/4 of an hour, stabbing myself here and here and here and here, you know, actually in tears because I can't find a vein. Do you know what I mean? I think if people could see a guy in that position, a fully grown man, actually crying because he can't find a vein to stick the shit in, then I think that would put them off even ever trying it. I really do.
You know, I mean, if you want to look at that, that is the sort of injury you can pick up from drug taking, and that is not a nice injury. It's not pleasant. Gives me there's no gratification in that. You know, I can't use that as any sort of cultural mystifier. That's just graphic and horrible. And you know, if you've seen that, I hope that wakes you up to, or somebody out there, it might wake them up to the inherent dangers of using.
People got to realise, you know, when you use drugs, you can catch things like hepatitis C, and you know, and all the diseases that come with it, like, you know, HIV and everything, like, you know, which I was personally tested for when I went into rehab, you know, and it's a kind of shock waiting for those results, you know, to come back whether you're HIV positive or you got hepatitis, like, and then you've got to deal with that then and live with that. And so that becomes another personal problem to you. You know, do you tell people, you know, that you've got it? You know, or you're going to hide it, or you're going to not believe you got it, like, and you're going to infect other people. You know, it comes as a shock, like, you know.
Hepatitis C, I didn't know I had hepatitis C for ages, but all of a sudden I did start feeling more tired, and something clicked within me. I do a little bit of gardening for extra money, like for extra money. I was doing a little bit of gardening, and something just clicked in me. I didn't feel right, you know. I thought there's something wrong here, so I went to the hospital and said, I think I better be tested for hepatitis C. I'd shared needles, and I drank excessively. So I did know that there was a possibility, and they tested me, and I had the worst type. I was gender type 1. So you then make a contract with the doctor to say that you'll cut down on your drinking and you'll eliminate using needles in your life. They allow you to take methadone. So I then took the interferon for a year. It seemed to work. It made me feel absolutely terrible. Your hair doesn't fall out, but it gets a bit thinner. You feel like you can't get out. You know, you can't get out of it. It's like a massive drug come down every week when you used to have to interfere on. I thought I cured it. You can never actually cure hepatitis C. Hepatitis C will remain in the bloodstream. If they wanted to test blood when they say that you're free of hepatitis C, what they really mean is the blood test that they've done to the standard that they require means that you're no longer a danger to, it's no longer going to be a danger to you or to anyone else. But it's come back with me now, so I've still got hepatitis, still actually got it as a virulent thing in my blood.
Yeah, the hep C is, I mean, I've got genotype 1A, which is the worst genotype to get rid of, the hardest to get rid of. And when I was on the methadone, blocks everything out. And since I've stopped the methadone, I've found that I'm really noticing symptoms that are attached to hepatitis C. My mood is very low. You know, I suffer with depression. I don't want to get out of bed in the morning. I'm very tired. A lot. I'm sleeping now sort of like 12 hours easily, and that's forcing myself to get out of bed. I know I can sleep longer if I want to, and you know, and I think that's tied to the hep C. That's the difficult thing with hep C. It's very difficult to know what are the hep C symptoms and what are symptoms, either generalised symptoms or symptoms that maybe you've brought on damage that you've done to yourself neurologically through sort of taking, you know, vast amount of drugs.
It is vital to get checked out for hepatitis C. I can't stress enough how important it is to try and get it checked, because you may have like a lesser form of it and they can cure it quicker. Not cure it, but get it down to you know, a reasonable level. It's a very slow and it's a bit like HIV, really. I mean, a lot of it is to do with liver problems, and a lot of it is to do with drinking as well. Now I've got the hepatitis C, it'll affect my liver. So if I drink a lot, I'm liable to inflame my liver worse. If you're injecting drugs, I can't stress how important it is to get yourself checked up for hepatitis C. I mean, HIV, they did ask me about being tested for HIV as well. And I have to admit that there's much more stigma about that. Nobody wants to get tested for HIV at all. I lost my bottle over HIV. I could not go through with having the HIV test because it did feel like if I was positive with that, it'd be like a death sentence. But now that I've got hepatitis C and it hasn't been cured, it's come back. I still feel like a little bit some days when I wake up that I've got like the cloak of like death hanging over me.